Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Shadowverse Evolve Locals feature match. In today's feature match, we got Vampire Abyss taking on Royal Paladin. So this should be a pretty fun matchup. Actually, we got one of the more aggressive decks of the format. So two aggressive decks taking on each other. So things should be pretty interesting to see who can out aggress the other. So looks like we got Bats going second and Royal Paladin going first. We got Margot coming down on the Royal Paladin side on turn one, and then on turn one on the other side, we got a Vampire Fortress to try to search for a vampire. We got a set 9 Vanya going to the hand, and then we're back to the Royal Paladin, and they have a very aggressive start with a 2/2 1-drop and a 3/2 2-drop. So things already looking good for the Royal Paladin deck. Looks like on the other side here we got Gift for Bloodkin coming down to get 2 bats. So sadly, we're going to be taking 5 to the face here on the vampire side, but I don't think you mind it too much if you have the removal next turn. So, and there are some healing. There are some healing options for bats as well that they can kind of stabilize. Looks like we just got a raw Blaster Blade coming down on turn 3 as well, so that should be interesting if it doesn't get outed. We're at turn 3 now for Vampire, so it looks like we're going to be paying 1 to sack the Fortress, looks like, and then pay 2 here for Last Daylight, dealing with the Royal Paladin, which is also going to boost up our bats. I can imagine that 2 of these bats are going to go into the other 2 to clear them, and that's what's going to happen, so full board clear, which is nice. So it's pretty good. Got another Margot coming down, pitching and drawing. So bats can continue to control the board and get their own tempo going. That'd be really nice. We got another Blaster Blade coming down. So the second one that's just raw coming down. So hey, if they see if they can deal with the second one, right? Anyway, we'll see what the bat player can do here. We got paying 2 to use Precious Blood Fangs. We're gonna be getting 3 bats. Okay. And then we're going to go 2 for Raven. Raven pitching a bat to deal with the Blaster Blade, and then draw a card, and then swing for 2 and pass. Sadly, cannot deal with the Margle, but at least dealing with the Blaster Blades isn't bad either. Looks like we're got a Breeder coming in now for the Royal Paladin player. Looks like we're going to get 2 Royal Paladin's followers, and they both have Rush, I believe, as well. So that can come in handy. With dealing some of the bats board here. Looks like we got a Wingle and... Oh no, not going to do the Wingle. Looks like we're going to be doing this other 1-drop, the one that reveals a Royal Paladin and card and draw a card. And then we also got the Ward, which is a heal trigger as well, coming down. So both those have Rush. Looks like we're going to be trading 1 into one of the bats, and then the Ward's going to go into the Raven to deal with that, and then we're going to be swinging 2 with Margle, putting bats down to 11 on their turn 5 now. Old Bloodkin would be really good right now, being able to probably deal with most of this board, but that's if they have it. Don't think they have it by looking at the hand. The hand's kind of clunky, or at least beginning to be a little clunky. I think we only have 4 vampire cards as well, so we can't do the Storm version of Vanya. But I don't think you want to do that right now. Maybe healing would be the better option. We'll see what they do. So we're gonna be playing for 3 for the set 9 Vanya, and then we're gonna use an evil point to go into the evil for free. It looks like, and we're gonna draw and discard. We'll see what we looks like we drew into the draw spell for bats, but we have to see what we pitch here. Honestly, do you just pitch? You could just pitch the Rose Queen, but it looks like we're gonna be pitching a summon Bloodkin instead. I don't hate that. I guess if the hand's clunked up with a bunch of 1-drops, and I guess getting rid of them just to get the vampire count up is probably correct. So we're going to be swinging into the Ward here to clear it, so we can use these 2 bats to clear the Margle. Can we out the Breeder, though? That would be really good if we can. So we got 5 in the cemetery now. We're going to heal 2 by getting these 2 bats for free off of the gift. and then we're going to get another free bat as well to heal a third time. And we got a Raven coming in to put one in the back, and sadly we cannot, don't have a way to out the Breeder on the Royal Paladin side, so that gets a stay and potentially Evo as well, which will be able to boost stats as well, which is kind of scary. Bats does have board presence, however, but these bats are only 1/1s, and the Raven's only a 1/2, so they can't really deal with bigger stats, sadly, at the moment. And it looks like, judging by the hand, I see a Cudlack, Rose Queen, and the draw spell, so not seeing some of their better mid-game cards, other than the draw spell. The draw spells are pretty good. But anyway, we got a Wingo coming in to bring back the Blaster Blade. Blaster Blade gets to Evo for free off its ability since it was brought out by a Royal Paladin effect. And we're going to use our regular Evo for turn on the Breeder, which the Breeder's going to boost up some stats. Going to boost up the Wingo. We're going to boost up the Blaster Blade to a very dangerous amount of attack. See where we go here. Looks like we're going to go into the set 9 Vania. We got a drive check here. Doesn't hit that. Hit a second, and we do hit a crit. Yeah, yikes! And that's gonna boost up the Blaster Blade up to 8 attack now, which is kind of gross. However, we still get to keep 3 bats, which is nice. But I think we just drew another Cudlack. The hand is double Cudlack, Rose Queen, and Unleash the Nightmare. Okay, that is not good in this situation with only 6 play points. Okay. Kind of unfortunate that we're not seeing Old Bloodkin or any of our better mid-game cards. Hell, another set by Vania would be even good to try and clear up this board as well, which fortunately don't see it. We're gonna use one of the bats to get rid of the Breeder, and then we're gonna Unleash Nightmare to draw into anything, and we do draw into the Old Blood King now, but that's kind of too late, sadly. Because now we just have a bunch of bats, and we're going to use 2 of them to go into the Wingle, just to make it a little less defense. Then we're going to go into Raven, and I think we're going to try and push one up to heal off a Raven as well, to at least get to 15 health. But things are not looking good. So we got, boost up, and then we got bodies, but this sadly just can't find our removal, or ways to, or at least our followers that promote removal. So looks like we're back to Royal Paladin, and we're going to be swinging for 8. It doesn't hit anything on the drive check, and I think that goes through. We do have 1 play blade open, but I don't think that's anything really. So that putting bats down to 7. Got Wingle. That's probably going to put him down to 3. We haven't used the starting amulet yet. We probably could have used that at any point, but it doesn't look like it doesn't really feel like we need to. Swing with the Wingo though, putting the bats down to 3, and there's the Alfred Early, and that should be game then at that point, because Alfred Early's Evo has Storm, so that should be game at this point. But we're just gonna resolve the effect to try and see what we can summon off of it. Although it'd be kind of hilarious if he forgets a Storm. That'd be hilarious, but I don't think he'll forget. At least I hope he doesn't forget. That would be kind of funny, though. But anyway, so we're bringing out this, one of the other wards that Royal Paladin has, that I cannot think of the name of off the top of my head at the moment. We are going to get back a Breeder off of its effect, and then we're going to swing for game, potentially. And yep, that's it. Okay. And yeah, the hand was not good. Double Cudlack, a Rose Queen, and the Old Blood King that we drew off of the Unleashed Nightmare. So, unfortunate for the bat player there. Just kind of had some suboptimal draws, to say the least. And then Blaster Blade, or Royal Paladin, my apologies, was able to just keep the aggression going, because since when that deck just goes, it goes. So, it's kind of hard to stop if you have no way to, keep up the tempo with that deck. So, but anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video as always. Leave it a like, comment, subscribe, and we shall see you guys next video. Have a nice day.